Well, that's a wrap for EVO 2025, and with it, yet another huge showcase of 2XKL. This year brought a lot of familiar marketing for the game, but also brought plenty of brand new information, potential teases for upcoming champions, stream content, and much, much more. The game had its typical public playtest, allowing players to get extensive hands-on time with the newest build. It was also a complete brand new stage with art all around it to boot. There were new versions of the Razer Kitsune controllers from yesteryear, another new paper game booklet, lanyards, new champion pins, and also much more opportunities for extra swag this time around. There was this awesome pixel art style map that also included a stamp rally you could complete to earn extra prizes, like the official 2XKO t-shirt. And the map itself also included cool little Easter eggs, such as FGC favorites making cameos, as well as what may very well be a direct tease for Blitzcrank making it into 2XKL. I really do hope that that's the case. I think that Blitzcrank would be an excellent choice for the game, and he's easily one of my favorite champions from League, so hopefully, fingers crossed that this is a direct tease, and we'll find out more sometime soon. Now, the actual booth itself did also sort of tease that Zon will be getting a new stage by the looks of it. You can see right behind Jinx here, it actually looks directly like it's ripped from the game itself, and you can even see like a background character pictured a little bit on the right, and this was later confirmed on the music section of the live stream. We will in fact be going down to Zon. Moving right along and into the actual new game build and what's changed since Alpha Lab 2. To get straight to the point, I think this is easily the best version of 2XKO so far. There has been dramatic improvements to several of the much talked about issues that were in the Alpha Lab 2 version. Defensive mechanics were nerfed to what feels like a very good middle ground of super useful but not fully busted like they were back then. Champions have been touched up a bit, like Echo actually getting some things to help his mix-up options after things like tech rolls being added kind of made him weaker overall as a character. Darius sort of infamously got a new fireball, but what we didn't know at the time is that the input is actually replacing his down special too. It replaced the input of the armored DP. So don't get me wrong, he still has the armored DP, it's just moved to a different input. It's actually now down forward S2. So it's much more difficult to mash just trying to use the reversal while blocking. So in other words, it kind of acts as a shadow nerf to the character by making you input forward and committing to the reversal instead of just mashing it out while trying to block at the same time. There were some other changes for some other champs too, but I imagine we'll get a nice breakdown before closed beta starts on what to expect. So let me just close off my personal impressions with the big one. Let's talk about Vi a little bit. She is an absolute blast and probably one of my favorite champions so far. I think a lot of people were kind of skeptical on Vi's inclusion, and the thought on it was kind of, she's going to be a boring, punchy character. But personally, I found that the character was very, very fun, and I think there's a lot more going on in terms of complexity in her kit than I would have personally expected myself. Her swaying movement is super fluent, it's super smooth, it feels great to weave in and out of range of attacks and try to set up like whiff punishes or use it to sway under projectiles with some really good timing. There's a ton of different follow-ups to learn and kind of maximize. And yes, as you probably may have seen already, there is this precise timing electric uppercut that you can do out of stance as well. So being able to learn how to hone that, being sort of integral to her more advanced combo potential, if you have the execution chops to back it up, I love that inclusion. I think that that's excellent. It's a great way to kind of show, yes, you can use her and it's very easy to run around and mash buttons and just kind of beat people up, but then you can absolutely tell people who have sort of honed her and put a lot of time into the character. But even other things like her ground pound and her super 2 felt super crunchy to hit with, felt super satisfying overall. And then the other thing is the game's director, Unconquerable himself, demonstrated some Vi stuff on me by beating me senseless for about 10 games straight and just showing me what you can actually do with the character. And yeah, I gotta say, this champion is the real deal. I'm really impressed with Vi overall. So if you want to see more about how she works, Riot did also drop a new dev video breaking down some much more detailed stuff about how her kit can actually function and what to expect. And then even within the EVO live streams themselves, they got even more into detail with Steve, the champion designer, sitting down with Sajam and going through even more. So there's certainly no shortage of Vi footage if you want to learn and understand how the character works. But again, absolutely love the character. Can't wait to get more hands-on time with her very, very soon. Moving along, and as was previously revealed, Chipotle had a bunch of open entry tournament brackets all weekend long as well. It was cool to hang out at the lounge and see people already grinding out the game and getting some sweaty matches in. Plus, the one bracket which I did personally enter, I was fortunate enough to actually steal the win, earning my very first Chipotle entree medal for 2XKO. GG's to everyone, and it was a ton of fun. Before I go this time around, I just want to give a huge shout out to absolutely everyone who stopped and said hi, all the devs who beat me up in game or just had some great conversations with me, and of course for all the other people circling the lines and getting some great games in. I truly appreciate it all. I had an absolute blast at EVO this year, and I already can't wait for the next one. But until next time, thank you all so very much as always for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.